The Neural Architect. The Neural Architect, engineering cognitive dominance and neuroplasticity. The cognitive crash. Let's stop pretending. Most of you are operating on a fragmented OS. You can't focus for more than 10 minutes without checking your phone. Your brain fog isn't a medical mystery. It's a signal that your neural hardware is overheating and underfueled. In human code, we don't accept mental fatigue as a norm. We view it as a critical system failure. Your brain is the most energy-demanding organ in your body. It represents only 2% of your weight, but consumes over 20% of your total energy. If your mitochondria are failing and your neurotransmitters are imbalanced, you aren't unmotivated. You are biologically incapable of high-level output. Today, we are moving beyond productivity hacks. We are going to become neural architects. We are decoding how to rebuild your saptic density, insulate your neural wiring, and flood your prefrontal cortex with the high-octane fuel it requires for total dominance. CTA, if you refuse to let your mind rot in the sea of modern distractions, subscribe to Human Code. We don't just think, we engineer. Disclaimer, I am an architect of biology, not a medical doctor. Cognitive optimization is a high-stakes game. Consult a professional before you begin rewiring your neurochemistry, saptic density, and the NAD connection. The speed of your thoughts is determined by your saptic plasticity, the ability of your neurons to form new, strong connections. Every time you learn a skill or solve a complex problem, your brain is physically rebuilding itself, but this rebuilding process is expensive. It requires a massive amount of ATP and DNA repair. The silent saboteur. As you age, the enzyme CD38 begins to rise in your brain. CD38 is an NAD plus scavenger. It literally eats the fuel your neurons need to repair their connections. When your NAD plus levels drop, your sirtuins, the repair crew, go offline. The result? Your brain starts pruning connections it can no longer afford to maintain. This is the biological start of cognitive decline, the hardware upgrade. To stop the pruning, you must saturate the system. This is where ProHealth Longevity NMN Pro Complete becomes your most important tool. By providing a direct precursor to NAD, you are bypassing the age-related bottlenecks. You are giving your neural architect the raw materials to keep the synapses firing and the repair mechanisms running 24/7. It's the difference between a brain that is slowly shrinking and one that is actively expanding. You must understand that your brain is not a static system. It is a dynamic network of electrochemical signaling that is constantly in a state of degradation or reconstruction. There's no idle point. You are either investing in your cognitive reserve by saturating substrates like NAD+ and magnesium, or you are allowing entropy to oxidize your neurons. The difference between genius and decay is not just genetic, it is a matter of hardware logistics. If you do not provide preventive maintenance today, your central processor simply will not have the capacity to execute the complex commands that your ambition demands tomorrow. The dopamine architecture, engineering focus. Look at the thumbnail of this video. You see those glowing circuits? That is your dopaminergic system. Dopamine is not about pleasure. It is about pursuit and focus. It is the voltage of your ambition. In the modern world, your dopamine receptors are being fried by cheap, high-frequency stimulus. Social media, processed sugar, and constant notifications have created a state of dopamine resistance. You need more stimulus just to feel normal, leaving zero fuel for deep, creative work. Rewiring the circuit. To reclaim your focus, you must perform a dopamine fast. But you also need to support the production of the neurotransmitter itself. Dopamine synthesis is a multi-step enzymatic process that requires cofactors. Magnesium's role. You cannot stabilize the neural membranes or regulate the release of dopamine without sufficient magnesium. This is why we integrate Dr. Mercola Magnesium Advanced. It acts as the electrical ground for your brain, preventing the overfiring that leads to anxiety and burnout, while ensuring your focus is laser sharp and sustainable. Neuroinsulation and the myelin protocol. If your neurons are the wires, myelin is the insulation. Myelin is a fatty sheath that wraps around your axons, allowing electrical signals to travel up to 100 times faster. High-performance individuals, the 1%, have exceptionally thick and healthy myelin. The decay of speed. When myelin breaks down due to oxidative stress or poor nutrition, your mental processing speed drops. You become slow on the uptake. You lose the edge in negotiations, in learning, and in decision-making. The protection protocol. Protecting your myelin requires two things: a reduction in systemic inflammation, and a surplus of healthy lipids. 1. Lowering the heat. Chronic inflammation melts your myelin. By using the anti-inflammatory properties of NMN Pro Complete, you protect the fatty insulation of your brain from being oxidized. 2. The magnesium anchor. Magnesium is essential for the enzymes that manage the lipid composition of the brain. Dr. Mercola's formula ensures that these lipids stay intact, keeping your data transmission speeds at peak levels. The cognitive dominance stack. Engineering. You wouldn't try to run a supercomputer on a cheap power strip. To achieve cognitive dominance, you need the highest purity substrates. We have filtered the catalog for the absolute best neural hardware tools. 1. It provides the NAD necessary for DNA repair and ATP production. In the prefrontal cortex, it's not just a supplement, it's the power supply for your consciousness. 2. Dr. Mercola, Magnesium Advanced to 170 capsules, the regulator of neural excitability. It prevents glutamate toxicity, brain cell death from overactivation, and ensures your dopamine pathways stay healthy with 270 capsules. It's the most cost-effective way to keep your brain grounded and focused. 3. Omega-3 high EPA, DHA, the structural building blocks of your neural membranes. Look for IFOS certified oils to ensure you aren't ingesting oxidized fats that destroy your myelin. The sovereign mind. Cognitive dominance is the ultimate form of sovereignty. In a world that wants you distracted, tired, and easily manipulated, a high-performing brain is an act of rebellion. By upgrading your hardware with NMN Pro Complete and Advanced Magnesium, and by practicing deep focus, you are no longer a victim of the digital fog. You are the architect of your own reality. You think faster, you remember more, and you execute with a precision that others find unnatural. In our next session, we will tackle the final pillar, the Sovereign Architect's routine, where we combine all these protocols into a 24-hour tactical schedule. Diagnostic question: how many hours of deep work can you actually sustain per day? Before your brain shuts down, leave a comment below. We are analyzing the community's cognitive capacity. To optimize these protocols, subscribe to Human Code, upgrade your hardware, master your mind. The code is biological. The mastery is yours. Final reflection: your age is a legal data point. Your vitality is a technical decision. Do not be a spectator to the decline of your own hardware.